cultures that really have it's taken fire in that culture? Is it, I mean, Korea, are you seeing this in India? And how many cultures is the life model works that you are aware of in?
I would have to say that the places where they still understand the concept of elder as a person who's responsible for the growth or identity of a community, whatever culture still retains that, tends to absorb the life model very, very quickly. Doesn't have any bearing on their education. So when I talk to people with second grade educations, but they barely speak a language in common with me, but we begin to talk about this knowing God and loving God and seeing others and becoming part of a spiritual people. So they have a sense of identity as a people. You see, they know what that is, even if they're not at home with the people that they call their own. If that remains, the life model is absorbed very, very quickly. And so far, we've get a pretty good representation from almost every continent except Antarctica. We're not making progress with the penguins, but the South Sea Islanders respond very well. Asian cultures, with the exception of perhaps North Korea. North Korea has been so traumatized that the whole idea of relationship is now been it's kind of dangerous to have a relationship with anybody. And some of the previous countries that were behind the Iron Curtain, where relationships again became quite dangerous, they approach this all very cautiously, like, do I really want to trust anybody again? Middle East refugees are responding well. Even the Europeans have a small contingent of people who are just saying, the church, the way I've experienced it, hasn't worked for us well. And we're very good at arguing with each other, but we're still not acting like Jesus is supposed to, are absorbing these things. But I'd have to say, how many cultures we've got in, we're translated our works into only about 14 languages. It's very quickly absorbed into those more traditional cultures like Africa, Asia, South America, and the South Sea Islanders and Asia. And we're having harder, the farther you go north, and the more you have to be right, the harder it is for people to accept. So
how about it? I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's keeping us from the regions of the world that are coldest.